Hey everyone, it's Click here again, and today I have movie Barricade. So this is, I think, my fourth attempt at a Barricade. My first one was like, I want to say in April of last year. So, yeah, it took a while to finally get one that I was satisfied with. But yeah, despite that, I think this turned out actually really good. I am very happy with it. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Here he is in his alt mode. He is, of course, his usual police car. Looks pretty good. Unfortunately, he kind of looks a little plain without the police word there. I wonder if they actually make a print of that, like that word on that piece. I doubt it, but that'd be cool. Anyway, here is the front view. Yeah, it's a police car. Got the light bar up here. I really like translucent pieces. They look really good. Ooh, squeaky. Oh yeah, and also, because of the way these are connected, you can actually kind of angle it to look like he's turning or something, which is pretty neat. You can see it from the side here. And then you got the back. And unfortunately, this is where some of the sacrifices had to be made. You can see the hands a little bit there. It's not too obvious, but it is there, and it is a sacrifice that I did have to make for robot mode. Here's the underside. Yeah, it's pretty tightly compact all throughout. That's one thing that caused a ton of trouble while making this, is trying to fit everything into a car. Like, I tried to do it like the Studio Series did, and then I realized that there are a lot of very tightly compacted limbs, and so I had to kind of deviate from that design quite a bit. But yeah, overall, pretty smooth car mode, in my opinion. Now for some size comparisons. Here he is with Dino. Here's the Studio Series. And the Dark of the Moon Deluxe. So he's a pretty big car for some reason. Here's Frenzy. We'll get into him in just a second. And lastly, a minifigure. Now, as I said, before we get onto his transformation, we'll just check out Frenzy here. He's very tiny. And just for another quick scale comparison, here he is with the minifigure. So he's a little too big probably, but at this size, it's hard to get anything to transform, so I had to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, here he is in his, I don't know if he's a radio or whatever he is. It looks something like this. That's all I know. Yeah, not much to it. It's not that clean, but it's so tiny. What does it really matter, to be honest? So, first thing we're going to do transform is bring these out, and then these sides are going to come down. And you're going to lift this panel up, spin this around, and then you're going to kind of squish these together. And there you have his legs pretty much. And he's almost done. So, just going to rotate these back, fold this panel back, and then you can split the arms to give it that look. And there you have Frenzy in his robot mode. It's a very simple little dude, but effective, I guess. And to quickly get him out of the way, here he is with the minifigure. He's too big. Oh well. And now back to Barricade. Let's go on with his transformation. What we're going to do first is actually lift these windows up. These transform differently than almost all Barricades do. They don't just flip up. They actually, well, you'll see in a second. So, next what we're going to do, just like a lot of Barricades, well, first you're going to pull this section out, and then on this double hinge, just do the classic Barricade. Same over here. Like, this kind of hooks it in place a little bit. So get those out. And now we're going to come to the bottom here. So this whole back section is on a few hinges. Just bring it down. And then we're going to come to the front. this is going to just get out of the way. The whole hood with these headlights are going to come up, revealing these round headlights, which is a pretty cool trick, which a lot of the toys actually do in the Masterpiece. And this is going to rotate around, and this is where it gets a little hard to see. I'm going to take this hinge right here, bring this down, and that's going to kind of rest there. Bring these out just to get them out of the way, and I'm going to raise the camera up a little bit, and then we're going to take the hood piece, bring this up, and I'm going to take the windows and rotate these up, and then fold this all the way back so it lays flat with the windshield. This little piece, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little hinge in there that's just going to fold all the way up. And then you're going to take these two sections and fold these around this whole waist assembly. And you take the headlights and then hinge them just like that, so they're hidden a little bit. And then what you're going to do is take the head up, rotate around, and then extend it a little bit. And then we're going to take these panels here and rotate them around there on a single stud so that they can rotate. And bring that over. And then we're going to take the arms, rotate them on those ball joints. Do the same on this side. And we're going to get to the legs here. So first thing that you want to do, well, you just get those out of the way. So there's a ball joint right here. Take this and then rotate a full 180. Bring this up. And then you're going to take this back window piece and bring that at an angle just so that it allows for room to bring this down, and then to kind of angle the heel out. Bring this back down and then rotate it. Then you can come back to the front, shift this in a little bit, or out I guess, and then you can kind of give the legs that weird angle that he has. And there you have one of the legs done. I'll just do the same on this side. So shift this out for now, lift this up, take the ball joint and rotate that, angle this, hinge that, and then get the foot situated, bring this back up and rotate. And there you have both of the legs done. Now we're going to move on to finishing up this backpack. So we're going to hinge this in and then curl this. There's a little gap in there. I don't know if you can see that. This is just going to fit kind of in there. And then you're going to take these windows and give it that angle. Take the light bar back here and then split that, angle that as well, and the windows will kind of rest on those. There you have that. Now we're going to come to the front here. I'm going to kind of tuck this in, and that'll hold, actually hold a lot of stuff in place. Take these bumpers, and they're on little robot hands. It's kind of hard to see in their hinges. Gonna bring that in, angles, and then comes in as well. So it gives really nice dimension to his torso there. And now we're gonna take the waist here, and it's on a hinge. You're just gonna fold that in. It just brings his hips to a more accurate position. And now we'll work on the arms. So first what we're going to do is take this panel, bring it out, and then bring it up on this hinge here. And there's a panel back here. You're going to hinge that out. It's very tight. It's a new piece. And bring this wheel out for now. And then there are a couple hinges here. You're going to rotate out like that on that stud there, and then rotate in on the hinge part, if that makes sense. And then this wheel will actually tab into his hand like that. Then you can open the hand. We'll just leave it like that for now. Rotate the wheel, and then you can angle it out, something like that. And there you have one of the arms done. You can fold this up if you want. But yeah, there's one. Now we'll work on the other side. So again, you can rotate this, angle it, and then bring this up, and then fold this panel back, get the wheel out of the way, rotate. It's kind of hard to do while you're holding it. Rotate it 90 degrees, and then bring it back on that hinge. Tab the wheel into place. That'll secure everything pretty nicely. And just readjust everything. There you have Barricade in his robot mode. So here he is, and I think this mode is actually probably the better of the two. But I still like the car mode, but I do like this mode a lot. I think it turned out very well. I think it captures that sort of spiky feel that he had, especially in the chest area. Has all the weird angles. Kind of makes like an X with the way the hood and the bumpers form. I really like how I got the round headlights. I kind of wanted to take that from inspiration from like the Studio series, and I believe the Masterpiece does that too, where the car headlights come off to reveal the round ones. And here he is from the side. There's not much of a backpack. It's very compact. What is there? It is pretty tight on there. Yeah, here is the back. Very happy with how this looks. There aren't actually many reference photos for it, like his back. So, but I found a couple. So, yeah, and it's kind of weird how these transform. They don't actually just hinge on to the back here. They kind of flip around with the whole front of the car to form those. And they're not actually in the right orientation, but because they're just a bunch of plates, you can't really even tell. So you can see I got a little bit of that blue in. Probably should be a little more blue in the leg area, but if I added any more down here, it would show the blue in the car mode, which didn't look too good. So yeah, I kept that out. I'm very happy with how I got the hands to look, and they are fully articulated too, so you can get them pretty wide open. It does stop right there for the top finger, and it stops about there for the thumb. And the minifigure actually fits in there perfectly. And as far as articulation goes, it is very articulated, like surprisingly articulated. It's got a ball joint here, it can go full 360. I'm not gonna do it, but it can. Even has like a butterfly joint in here due to transformation. You can kind of get the backpack out of the way to get even better, which is very nice. These can be angled, however. This can go out, so you can get some nice reaching out poses like that. Elbow has about a 90-degree bend. This can come up to kind of fill in that gap too. And then coming to the legs, you got a ball joint. Get some nice high kicks there. Go very far back. Oops, sorry about the camera. You got various knee joints. You got this here, so you can do that. That looks uncomfortable. And you got a ball joint here, so you can get kind of a twist. And then you got double knee, basically. You do get kind of an ankle tilt there. And then you got heel articulation, I guess. You can kind of angle this here so that he has an ankle tilt going that way, but he does also have that ball joint, so you can angle that as well to get his foot flat on the ground. And his head is on a robot hand, so he can look up and down, left, right, all of that stuff. And these are on a robot hand as well, so you can position these really a lot of different ways. And again, his hands are articulated as well. All fingers are. And if you want, you can detach this, and you can kind of get a wrist articulation if you want. And for more scale comparisons, here is Starscream. So that looks fairly good. Starscream is a bit small, so yeah. Here we have the Studio Series and the Dark of the Minotaur. I never realized how weird this one looks until that came out. Like, what? Here's a minifigure. And last but not least, Frenzy. And of course Frenzy is too big, but it works for me. And lastly, here is his spinny wheel thing. So what you do to get this on here is you detach the wheel, bring it out for now, and then you're going to bring the hand back, and then you can bring these fingers up for now. Bring this back down, and these two studs on the end here are going to just tab in right onto there. And then what I like to do is bring these around just to sort of hold it in place. It is a little heavy, so it does drag down his arm a little bit, but it's not bad. And there he has his weapon. And it does spin. Well, that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you liked the build. I really like how it turned out, and hope you did too. So, that's about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.